As a weather watcher, the shifts between one season to the next is always an interesting process to behold. But as we all know, every year is different, so many of you are probably wondering what's in store for us across Europe as we start off meteorological autumn. That's exactly what I'd like to discuss in today's forecast, so let's get started. Today's featured photo comes from Estonia. On August 25th, a cold front plowed through a very warm air mass which had overtaken the area, resulting in thunderstorm development. If you would like to submit a picture for the next photo of the day, then as always, make sure you check the description of this video for the link to my Discord server. A high-pressure system has taken its chance to occupy northwestern Europe as of Friday, August 30th, in the wake of the last low-pressure system. This should keep the weather relaxed over Ireland and the UK until at least the first day of September, when the pest from the west makes its comeback. Over the Nordic countries, you may have taken note of this persistent area of rain showers. That's actually the same system which lightly affected the UK over the past couple of days, and now that it's sandwiched between a large anticyclone in the east and then a new anticyclone in the west, it will probably stall out for a brief period before getting swept off towards the north by September 2nd. Lastly, looking towards the south, rounds of thunderstorms can be expected, which may become severe in some areas, in addition to an elevated flood risk. With high pressure battling for dominance, as you can see here, the train of low pressure which has prevailed in recent weeks will be significantly interrupted, leading to less rainfall. This can be seen more clearly when we compare last week's precipitation forecast to my new one, valid between August 30th and September 5th. In the first graphic, wetter conditions were favored around the Adriatic Sea and of course between Ireland and Scandinavia. Now for my latest outlook, we see a big difference especially in the north, where precipitation is no longer expected to be above average, but rather significantly below average. Regarding temperatures, I think we're going to see hot weather continue for a big part of Europe, being most persistent from the Balkans and Central Europe all the way into Russia. Further west, a wave of cooler air arrives on September 2nd. As we continue to push this forward, notice that large area of high pressure currently over North America. It's going to slowly cross the Atlantic into September, and it will begin influencing European weather by early next week when it brings in that cooler and drier air mass for the west. Due to the very large size of this anticyclone, it's not going to be the type that's just going to push through and be out within a few days. On the contrary, it may continue to strongly influence our weather for an extended period of time. In fact, extended precipitation forecasts continue to show below average precipitation across the north, while areas further south have a strong signal for much wetter conditions well into September, especially around Italy and the Balkans. Depending on how this does all play out, we may have to consider the growing possibility of flash flooding. In addition to all of this, I'm still monitoring the historic rainfall event in the Saharan Desert and how it may impact Europe down the line. Model guidance continues to agree on an impulse of tropical moisture spreading north and reaching southern Europe next week, and the most likely impact would be heavy rain and a significant dust invasion. It's clear that we have much to watch here in Europe as we start a new month, but before we do wrap up today's forecast, let's get a quick update on the tropics. The National Hurricane Center has designated two areas of interest. One is over the central tropical Atlantic with a 40% chance of development over the next 7 days, with the second one in the eastern tropical Atlantic sitting at about 20%. I'll make sure to provide updates as we learn more about all of these events, but for now that's going to wrap it up for this video. Consider subscribing to this channel with the notification bell on so you never miss my videos, and if you have any further questions or concerns, feel free to leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.